Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to do boosted and extended uppercuts. There are two basic tricks for speedrunning Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy. And how I'm going to do it is I'm going to show you the trick, what it looks like if you were to actually do it in a run, and I'm going to go over what buttons you need to press and how you do it. I'm going to start the extended because I find it to be the far easier of the two tricks to do, and as such, it'll be easier to learn the second one, as they're almost identical tricks. And if you're good at the easier one, the harder one should follow. So here's what an extended looks like. As you can see, I used it to get to a higher ledge than I should have been able to, which is a regular jump. And so to do that, you press the square button to go into a punch. You press the X button to go into an uppercut, like so. And then while you're in the uppercut, you want to immediately press the circle button to spin. So it looks like that. That was a bad one because sometimes there's input delay on the game. But that's what it should look like if you do it properly. You should go right into that spin as soon as you start going up. For the punch, you're going to want to punch off of a ledge so that you can actually get the air. And that'll look, and when you do it all at once, it'll look like this. Notice how I went up near the end? Now I'm going to go nearby and I'm going to show you what a boosted looks like, as they're essentially the same trick, but boosteds require a little more setup, and there's very certain circumstances you use them under. Some general knowledge for using boosted and extended uppercuts is the lower you are in the punch, the higher you'll go when you hit X. And that can be used in some situations. For the most part, you just get a feel for the extended or boosted you're doing, and then you don't really need to think about it, like I do. And it just gets muscle memory and all that. And so, to do the boosted, because that's where we are now, I'm going to set it up, I'm going to explain to you the setup part, and then I'm going to show you two different methods to do boosteds. Both are essentially identical, just one's a tiny bit faster, but you have a greater room for error. So if you look at Jak's toes, you'll see they're slanted. I'm trying to get a good look at that. And this is where you want to be to do a boosted uppercut, is you want Jak's feet to be slanted, so that if you took, okay, so I could have been more slanted there. So if you took one more step forward, he'll slide off. So you want to be right where he's right before the slide, and you'll be good. And so to do the boosted, once you're here, you start walking forward using the left analog stick. Then you press square, X, and circle, just like you would to do an extended uppercut once you just with the slide on it, basically. And that's what it looks like. You'll fly across a large gap very effectively. It can save a lot of time in some areas, less time in others, but it's still faster than the conventional method usually is. And that's the first method, is where you kind of just nudge Jak forward until he reaches it. And that's the easier of the two. I would suggest practicing that until you're consistent and you understand how boosteds work and about where you should be before you attempt this method I'm about to show you. The second method, if you notice, if you hold the analog stick at a slight angle, Jak will walk as opposed to running if you hold it at a full. And so for the second method, you walk forward using Jak until he reaches an edge, and right when he starts sliding, you do the boosted uppercut. I'm going to show you one now. That's what it looks like. You just sort of walk forward, and once you start sliding, you go and do the boosted uppercut. Of course, this doesn't have that check that this one, that this method does, but it's still just as effective. That's what happens if you don't spin. If you spin too late, you'll sort of fall like that. That's about all I have for you.